Hi, first grade, it's writing time. Um, hey, before we get started today, I would like you to go grab a parent just so they can hear a quick message about this week's writing. I'll wait while you go get them, or you can put me on pause. Hi, parents. Mrs. Middleton here. There were a few things I wanted to tell you about this week's writing. There are some things, if you go onto our Week at a Glance, there are some very important documents there that explain how to do some things. Today on writing day 1 on the Week at a Glance, there is a link that shows you the steps for completing notes that will be needed for tomorrow's lesson. It explains that the kids have to log on to Myon. There are certain books that they are asked to read. They are to pick this week one river book, one forest book, and read those. But for tomorrow's lesson, they will only need to have the one rivers book completed by tomorrow's lesson with their notes. Today's lesson now is simply an I do. I'm going to show them the process of how we change notes that Mrs. Seaton had worked hard on into actual writing. So they're to watch me, and I will do the same thing with them again tomorrow, but I will work with the Rivers notes tomorrow. Today is an unrelated topic, but this is just the process day. Tomorrow is a we do, meaning the kids and I do it together, take those notes and turn them into a Rivers habitat page. So if you can grab your kids again, we'll get started as soon as they're back. Well, hi there. Okay, so today I have lots going on for you, and I'm excited about it because I get to teach you a lot. I get to teach you that authors of nonfiction are teachers of facts. Yes, you are authors of nonfiction. You are authors of informational text. And when you are authors of those things, through your writing, you get to teach those facts to others. So exciting. Those others that you teach it to, they're called your audience. And I'll explain what that means in a minute. And I will also show you how to teach others through your writing by using more than just the words you write on the paper. There are lots of other ways. I think you know what I mean, especially text features. And I will also show you how to turn a page of notes into a few pages of a book that everyone will want to read. Let's get started. All right, so you see here the 4 habitats that we're working on for our book. Well, for today's lesson, I'm not going to use any of these. I am going to use the rainforest. I know rainforest is not one of our habitats we're doing, but Mrs. Seaton and I decided to use that one as a model. So we will work on river tomorrow. Make sure you have those river notes done before you start our lesson tomorrow. But here is our lesson for today. So the question at the top says, why do authors write informational books? Well, informational books and nonfiction books are the exact same thing. Informational books and nonfiction books rather, are made up of facts, lots of facts and information, like the books over here, Rainforest Life, Chief Joseph, the Native American, Polar Bears. All of these, well, I should say none of these are stories about polar bears or toucans or this very important Native American chief. They are factual. They tell things that really happened to them. And why do authors write informational books? Well, they do it to teach others about a certain topic. Our topic today that I'm going to a model for you is actually rainforest. But tomorrow our topic will be rivers. And what is the topic? Well, the topic is the thing, or it is what the book is all about. Our whole book, when we're finished in a few weeks, will be called the habitats of Indiana, and that will be our topic. All the habitats, or 4 of the habitats rather, of Indiana. But today, again, my topic will be different. What topic am I writing about today? Well, I am writing about rainforest life. Okay, now Mrs. Seaton already showed you this, and these are the notes that Mrs. Seaton wrote. And so as I look at them, they're excellent notes. They explain, what is the rainforest like? What is it like? Well, a rainforest is wet and hot. There are a lot of plants and animals that live there. That's good information. What animals live there? Well, butterflies, monkeys, snakes, jaguars, tree frogs, ants. What plants live there? Trees, flowers, moss, vines. See, the plants and the animals kind of live there together in that same habitat, same environment. And then it says, what kinds of shelters are there? Well, there are nests, leaves, trees. We know that because the birds live in the nests. Frogs hide inside the leaves, and jaguars sleep in the trees. And then it tells us about the weather. It rains a lot in the rainforest. I bet that's how it got its name. It is warm and hot in the rainforest. Well, that's great. Those are great notes. But that's not the kind of thing I want to pick out of the library and read and take home and curl up into a comfy chair and read. Let's see. We need to think right now about who our audience will be when we read this, or when we write this. And what is an audience? And it tells us right there. It's the person, or it's the who, that will read your writing. Who's going to read your book about habitats of Indiana? Will other kids? Probably. Will parents? Most definitely. And will teachers? Yeah, for sure. Okay, so when you write, you have to think about who you're writing to. And you're writing to kids, teachers, parents. So you have to make it something that they're going to want to read. Okay, so let me get the rest of our notes on this page. Okay, today I will show you how to turn this page of notes into a book everyone wants to read. Well, how will I do that? Let's see. Text features, ding, ding, ding. Look at this. Well, for a moment, I'm going to go back. Look at the page notes. Again, Mrs. Seaton did a great job, but there's no color. It's just all white and black. It's just kind of boring to look at. But when I look at these, guess what? Some of the same stuff that Mrs. Seaton wrote in the notes are here on these pages. These are all about things in the rainforest. Well, what's different? We have pictures. We have little labels that explain the pictures. We have color. We have illustrations. We have all these great labels, headings, which tell us what our topic is. We have bullet points. Oh my goodness, such great text features. And something else cool is that here's a page and here's a page, but the pictures and the text go across 2 pages, so it makes it look really appealing. Okay, well, let's dig down and figure out what each of these pages has. Right here, this is pointing to the word headings. This page shows us headings, bold words, and labels. But right here in the heading, not only is it the heading telling us the topic of the page, but it's also in bold letters. That makes it stick out. It's kind of like the word layers is going, look at me, look at me, look at me. Same thing with these labels. They're dark colors, so they stick out. It's explaining to us what each level of the forest is. Oh my goodness, that is so helpful. That's new information to me. Okay, another thing that I found in this book, there are page numbers. That is so helpful. You need to make sure you put page numbers in your writing. It helps the reader, helps your audience very much. Other things we see besides page numbers, we see captions. Captions are those things that explain what the picture is of, because if that caption wasn't there and this label wasn't there, I may not even notice. It kind of looks to me like it's just a branch or a stick, but it actually is a stick insect. Labels point things out. Captions tell about those things. Stick insects use camouflage to stay safe. Oh, look what else was used. Color words. That makes important words stand out. Look at these great, great text features that help us figure out what's going on in the text. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the text here. I have a question for you. Arrows pointing here, arrows pointing here. Which of these would you rather read? This one, Mrs. Seaton, you did a great job. You did exactly what you're supposed to do. And notes are important before we start writing. You cannot write a nonfiction piece or an informational piece until you have your notes. But would you rather read a page of notes, or would you rather read something that looked colorful and had good explanations and good text features that help us? I think I know what the answer is. Yes, I'd rather read this one too. Okay, we're near the end, but I wanted to point a few things out. After readers have decided on, what they're going to write about, their topic and their audience and all that, then they have to put together a plan. Where am I going to put all this stuff? Well, this paper that I have is actually 2 pieces side by side, but we're going to try to write and draw all the way across the 2 pages, because that is something that authors and illustrators do that make the page really, really stand out. First of all, topic. What is our topic? Our topic is right here. Topic is rainforest. Whatever our topic is needs to go right here in a heading. So our topic's going to go here in the heading. This information, what is it like? The part that explains the rainforest? Well, that's important. That needs to go in the main text area right here. The animals, the plants, the kinds of shelters, most of that can be taught to your audience through illustration. As I said earlier, I'm going to teach you how to teach others through writing, not just with the words down here, but with the illustrations. And these things, these birds, animals, plants, shelters will be perfectly shown and taught through illustration, maybe even some captions and labels. And the information about what the weather is like, that is main important information. It's the main idea also of the topic. So because the rainforest is called the rainforest because of the weather. So that needs to go down here too. Let me show you what I came up with. Okay, I took the notes and I created this. As I said, the what is it like in the weather? Well, that's all written down here in the main part of the text. That's the most important information. But I was able to show where the animals and plants live, but also while I'm doing that, I show all those shelters, like the tree frog lives in the tree. This bird lives in a nest on top of the tree. The snake lives in the tree. Now, it also talked about jaguars living in the trees and all these other things. Quite frankly, I didn't have enough time or the room to put all those, but I think I've shown enough here. Also, something else I used, definitely the heading. I have to put the topic right here as a heading. Well, I put it there. I probably could have put it here. I could have put it here. I could have put it wherever I wanted, as long as it's big and bold and colorful. I also added right here next to the tree frog a caption. It explains what the tree frog is doing. This tree frog uses camouflage to survive. Oh, that's cool. It's not just like a little thing crawling on a tree. I know it's a tree frog, and I know that it uses camouflage because of the caption and the bold words. Also, there's a snake here. I may not have seen the snake if someone wouldn't have put this caption. Well, I put not the caption, rather, if I put the label right there. But as I told you, you could put all the animals, plants, and shelters mostly in the illustrations. If you chose to talk about some of it here, that's fine. But so that is it for today, guys. I want to remind you tomorrow, Please make sure you have your Rivers notes done. You've gone on Mayan and you've read one Rivers book and you've written the notes on a page just like the one here. It's waiting for you on the writing and on the content part of Week at a Glance. I can't wait for tomorrow. We'll have another great lesson, and hope you have a great day. Talk to you later.